What's up? Oh. Stop giggling!
Sorry. Kyle's just playing dumb.
She's not sorry, she's lying.
All right, number 8. In the figure, a box of Cheerios and a box of Wheaties are accelerated across a horizontal surface by a horizontal force F applied to the Cheerios box. The magnitude of the frictional force on the Cheerios box is 2 newtons, and the magnitude of the frictional force on the Wheaties box is 4 newtons. If the magnitude of F is 12 newtons, why didn't they just tell us at the beginning, then what's the magnitude of the force on the Wheaties box from the Cheerios box? Awesome. So this is like classic systems of objects problem, all right? So here's our deal. We've got Cheerios, Wheaties. We're pushing them with a force of 12 newtons. All right, and then there are 2 frictional forces. There's the force of friction kinetic on the Cheerios, which is 2 newtons. And there's the force of friction kinetic on the Wheaties, which is 4 newtons. And we're given the masses, which makes this a little bit simpler. So let's see, the mass of the Cheerios is 1 kilogram, and the mass of the Wheaties is 3 kilograms. Okay, so just to be clear, all I've done is pictorially, which is a terrible word, represented what the problem tells us. Good? Any problems? All right, so we've got 3 free body diagrams to think of. So one way you can do it is to go through and draw all three free body diagrams, right? One for the system, one for the Cheerios, one for the Wheaties. Okay? But the ones for the Cheerios and the Wheaties are going to have unknown forces, right? Because we don't know the force of the Cheerios on the Wheaties or the Wheaties on the Cheerios, and we don't know their acceleration. All right? Usually, I believe you will find, I hope that this homework is helping you see this, usually I think you'll find that you're better to start by looking at the system. Cool? So, on my drawing up here, I've got 3 forces acting on the system, right? That applied force of 12 newtons and the 2 frictional forces. For the system, are there any other external forces? Well, technically there's gravity and normal force, but we can safely ignore those, right? So I think we probably want to just start by looking at the system, right? So, and when I say that, I shouldn't just say that, because system could be anything. We should start by looking at the Cheerios-Wheaties system. Follow? Okay, so Cheerios plus Wheaties. Here's what we know. Net force is net force. So mass times acceleration equals F plus the force of friction kinetic on the Cheerios plus the force of friction kinetic on the Cheerios. Nope, Wheaties. See what I did there? Everybody good? I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so here we go. Let's see. So what's the combined, what mass do I use?
The mass of the system.
Total mass. So 4 kilograms times A equals 12 minus 2 minus 4. So 4A equals 6. A equals 1.5 meters a second squared. So there's my acceleration of the system. I will pause there for a moment. Are there problems? Everybody good? Cool? All right, so now the other question said to find the forces that they exert on each other, right? Am I right? What are we doing? Number 8? If the magnitude of F, what's the magnitude of the force on the Wheaties box from the Cheerios? On the Wheaties box. So if I want to solve that problem directly, I'm trying to find the force, I forgot what I just said, on the Wheaties box from the Cheerios. So, view, dual page. I wish there was a quicker way to turn on dual page. There we go. Okay, so Wheaties. So here's my Wheaties box. 3 kilograms. So what forces are on it? Just the force of the Cheerios, right? So the force on the Wheaties from the Cheerios. That's what we're trying to find, right? Oh, there's also friction. Thank you. I totally would have forgotten that. So our force of friction kinetic on the Wheaties is -4 newtons. And what other important piece of information do we know about the Wheaties? We know the acceleration is 1.5 meters per second squared. Good. And so we solve this thing by using net force equals net force. So let's see. Mass times acceleration is 3 times 1.5 equals total force, which is force on the Wheaties by the Cheerios minus 4. And then solve it. Cool, you guys? All right, so that was number 8. Am I going too quick? Are we good? Please. I was hoping you would ask. All right.